Hello, I'm a proud owner of PS4. Hi, I'm Average Joe Man. My friend over here is pretty poor and he can't really buy games too often. This is my PS4 game shaped like a Sega sound case. Here's how borrowing looks. Here you go. Oh, thanks. And there you go. That's how you share your game on the PS4. Okay, anyway, let's get real here. So, I probably will have more than one part, since obviously E3's still going, and news and stuff is wackily going around, and my way day always. I come home to Perth, just insane things always happening. Well, first, Sony shot the living fuck out of Microsoft's Battleship, just as like, Battleship! Don't give! I mean, seriously. Whoo! You know, with all the fucking DRM shit that that Microsoft is putting into the fucking Xbox One, online must. Then, you know, you still have Xbox Live you have to pay for shit. And yes, I know there's something related to Sony there, I'll get to that. And, you know, you got all this fucking insane shit. You're pissing people off. Security people, boy. The Kinect always has to be on and shit. It's like, just, ugh. What a mess of a showing, of course. And then you spend like 99% of your first unveiling of it talking about fucking television and sports. Like, I mean, at least if you talked about sports games, you could argue it was at least games. But you barely did that, even. But, you know, they came in, and they're like, yes, games, games, games. I heard they didn't even mention the fucking Kinect. Not even once, or even anything motion. Just games. Like, they came back, and they're like, okay, they want games, we'll give them games. And then Sony stomped on their foot that they always shot 1, 2, 3, 4, and a few extra ones there, and then they stomped on it. Now, I'm not, as I've said before, a particular fan of any, like, Pacific person that makes systems. I follow good games. If good games are on your system, I will usually get that. However, the Xbox One, as I have always made a rage video about, is a different point of view. Even if it has good games, it's the point as a consumer you don't actually fucking own the game. So that is sadly something I can't support. But anyway, that was for the Rage video. Go check the Rage video out if you want to hear more about that. We're here talking about what the fuck Sony did. So Sony had taken so many pot shots at this shit. I just made a lame joke towards... They actually made a video demonstrating how sharing games for the PS4 will work. And it's like, step 1. There you go. There you go! You shared your game! It's like, wow! Just talk about just stepping on their toes and shit. And they went to talk about all kinds of stuff. There is a small thing, just a small thing to maybe worry about. They said none of their titles will have enhanced DRM, meaning normal console protection is, you know, you can't just like burn disk, throw it in the system and accept it. The normal kind of protection that always has existed throughout the CD age is still continuing, obviously. But they will not be enhancing it with DRM. However, they did say that third-party publishers could. Now, they didn't, as far as I could tell, they did not go into high detail about this. However, somebody did get to ask a question. Basically, the question was like, if somebody wanted to make a new system, they're like, we would be willing to work with them as a business model to let them do that on our system. We're not here to refuse business. So basically, Unlike Microsoft that was like, oh, it's totally the publisher. It's like, yeah, you put that in your fucking system. Fuck. Sony is actually legitimately saying it'll be publishers. So, I don't see a lot of people probably doing much. EA and Activision will probably re-adapt their past shit if they actually release their games on the PS4. Because they said they can do passes and stuff that have always been around and that. So, aside from the only reason that's iffy is because, like I said, there ain't a whole lot of details. Like, some people worried about that one comment about new business models of it. So, in potential, if someone could somehow build what the Xbox One has and make it actually function on the PS3, technically Sony's saying that publisher can do that. So, but hey, to be fair, at least Sony is not stooping to the mandatory kind of level that Microsoft's doing. So, that's just a little concerning, but not as obviously as big as the fucking Xbox One. Now, well, I went to get on, because I always snipped about Xbox about it. The PS4 will no longer continue free online gaming. You must be a PlayStation Plus member to play online on the PS4. Now, it costs a little less than gold, I think. I don't remember. I would have to check how much gold is nowadays. But Plus currently is $50 for a 10-year, and you get all kinds of free titles temporarily each freaking month. So that's a lot more than Microsoft ever gave me for fucking 8 years of gold before I fucking just said, fuck this. I mean, seriously. So, that might not really be too bad. That could actually even lead to a lot of interesting games, Look at the free games and be like, oh, this is some interesting ones. Try it. Be like, oh, I totally want to buy that now. That could be good stuff. But I'm a little wishy-washy with it. But hey, I'd say it's still better than what Microsoft's doing. Overall, there's only one shitted tier for the Xbox One. One casualty. Sorry. Dead Rising 3 Xbox One exclusive. Now, however, it's possible it might be a timed exclusive. And of course, the horrifying PR and everything that's happening with the Xbox One right now could also lead to even more chances of it being a timed exclusive. But still, it's really heart-wrenching. But I guess if any of the Japanese companies were going to hop on this bandwagon with EA and Activision, I can't say I'm incredibly surprised if Capcom dabbling their hand. They're probably basically using it as a test pilot for reaction, as they've been doing with a lot of stuff like Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate 3 and such. It's probably just a dabble to see how the reaction is. It's really a shame that it's Dead Rising 3 that they're doing it with. Hopefully it'll jump ship later and join on the PS4 or something. But if not, then, well, I guess that's it. Then I won't see you anytime soon, Dead Rising 3 then. Which is a darn shame, because I would have loved to be playing that. And it's supposed to be coming out near the end of this year. I think it's in November. So it'll be one of the early awesome games to get. And again, I'm not going to get Xbox One for that. I got, what's funny is because that's why I got Xbox 360. I got Xbox 360 because Dead Rising. That was the game bio for me. That game got me that system in this house. Well, not this house, but, back when I lived with my parents. Shut up. But, like I said, it's not a concept of I hate Microsoft or something. It's a concept, again, like I said, that you don't actually own the fucking game at all. It's renting a very short yearly rental system for maybe 5 to maybe at most 10 years. It's not a form I'll own it until a fucking storm blows his house over. And it's crushed into pieces. But I agree this. Sony's, so far, everything I looked on Sony's end looks awesome. There's a lot of nice games. Sadly, Dead Rising 3 is one of the ones I'm really hyped about. And again, it sadly picked the wrong thing to be on. I hope Capcom thinks about that really fast. You still got the rest of the year. So anyway, on to other stuff. It was kind of interesting to hear about the fate of Versus. Final Fantasy Versus. Versus was supposed to take place in the same universe as 13 or something. I don't know. I think it was in the past or the future. I don't know. Time is getting good. Final Fantasy 13's timeline starting to become like fucking Dark Souls. But, Versus is no longer Final Fantasy 13 Versus or Versus 13. It is now Final Fantasy 15. The Big 15. Interesting move. I think it was probably a good one too. Because for one thing, everyone kept freaking out it was never going to come out. Especially after Amazon took it off its store. And I think it gives something to move on about, since a lot of people have also been excited to hopefully hope it's in the right direction. After all, 14's been a freaking rocky road of destruction. I mean, I'm so pissed I never even got to play the fucking original Final Fantasy 14. This became worthless. Okay, well, yeah, it allows me access to... Well, technically, it'll be Realms Reborn for me, but that's a lot of fucking hassle. And unless... It really pisses me off that basically it's doing a cataclysm, World of Warcraft cataclysm, where it's destroying what already existed and morphing in crap, so... But it's not out yet, so hey, there might be some hope that that'll actually turn out good. I really actually wanted to give 14 a try and never got to. Good job there for delaying the PS3 version. Maybe they should just move the PS4. Other news, Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced, and millions of people screamed in hell giant keyblade. I should have had my giant keyblade that I actually have around here. That would have actually made sense. Wait, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go look for it. I don't even know where it is right now. Turned into Oz and soon turned into anger. Personally, I don't really think it's a big deal, but fanboys are pissed. Apparently, Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3 are going to be on the Xbox One. I won't be buying them on the Xbox One. I guess if somebody wants to buy them. I mean, it makes sense why they're doing it, because I'm sure some poor person is going to buy one. And I don't know why, but okay. I mean, obviously, they want the game to be as widely available. And I think that's always a good thing, as long as you don't fuck porting it to different systems. If you fuck it up, then it's a problem. But a wider audience is never a bad thing. The only time it's a bad thing when it's affecting the online community, which is kind of the downfall what I think of when Dark Souls became very multi-platform. But it didn't make it horrible. It just was a small concern. But still, it's also nice that it brought a lot more people into the Soul series also. So, I mean, I don't see the big hullabaloo. But, I don't know. But, personally, I'm actually kind of surprised by, not the fact that they're doing it for, getting more fans, money and stuff. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. The fact that surprised me is the fact they're going to actually even release anything on the Xbox One. That is what I find surprising, because in my Rage video, I was just like, I can't imagine any Japanese company barely supporting this. Multi-platforming's the most I can see going, and that's pretty much it. But exclusives? Dead Rising 3, as far as I'm aware, is the first Japanese exclusive, so I guess you got it for now, I hope, because I'd like to play that. But hey, I'm not buying an Xbox One unless you completely change all this shit. And that might still be possible, but I don't know. I don't know what they plan on doing, because they've really screwed up. Oh, and of course, we didn't get to the final bullet wound to the foot. The price. So, you got Microsoft's Xbox One, with all the insane DRM, online needed at least for 1 hour, all the limitations of travel and going to your friend's house, and all the soldiers dying for us who play video games in a foreign country. Screw you! You don't deserve to play a game longer than an hour and all that shit. $499. So, yeah, I guess it ain't incredibly shocking it's going to be expensive. The more they keep making this tech go up so fucking high. That's why I think Nintendo's strategy's always been wiser, waiting for it to come to a more elevated affordability. But I find it so ironic that Microsoft is doing the exact thing Sony did with the PS3 when it launched. They went way all out with tech, which still questionable for the PS4, but that price point, that fucking price point. I tell you, no console has ever had any brilliance launching at $500+ No console. The only reason the PS3 ever even started gaining a whole lot of things is when it started becoming cheaper. I mean, I didn't get one until the 4GB model came out. But Sony, I don't know if you're taking a bullet in cash to do this or whatever, but I think it's a brilliant move, to be honest. $399, a whole $100 cheaper. Without all the fucking stupid DRM, fucking all this stupid shit about, these cards, just throw the damn disc in and play the game. Be honest, I think it's a smart move, and I think Sony's going to pay for it. Pay off, in a good way. Now, of course, they are not out. Things can still change. But at the moment, the PS4 looks like it's stomping the Xbox One into the ground. So unless something changes, that looks like what's going on with those two. So it looks like I'll be having the PS4 and the Wii U. Xbox One, well, we could build a grave for you. I really want this thing to be the fucking, be lower than the Virtual Boy. Be lower than the Virtual Boy. Anyway, I'm not too aware of anything else much. I still need to check out what Nintendo did, which is one reason why I said this will probably be multiple parts. It's still ongoing. I'm walking, and I only have so much free time because I'm also editing the rest of Persona 3, The Answer at the moment, and that, while, doing all my daily stuff for that. So, the odds are there'll be more parts of this, so I guess it works out that way. Anyway, those are my current thoughts. Go suck it, Xbox.